today we're jumping straight in the deep end with a very special guest.
We are indeed.
The most glamorous. For those who can't see it, who are listening, there's a snowball on the camera right now. Can you guess who it is? Heidi Klum, come in.
Wow.
Hey, I love the look.
I love the look. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Will you come a little bit down?
Yeah. I love Nat, just not moving. For those who can't see, there's a very weird thing happening right now.
Nice
How
to
are
see
you? You
What
too.
a fun
Please have a
outfit.
seat.
I mean, I've worn this before in black,
Yeah, I know. I love you're a repeat wearer.
but I also love it in white. I have not tested this. Oh, actually, I can sense.
See, I'm sorry for not testing. This is
Wow.
going extremely well.
Oh, hi. I mean, I have to say, this is one of my most favorite outfits of all time.
My favourite part right now, my view,
But
is
look,
just
I
a
was gonna
giant
say,
mug.
I can see you.
A big blob and then a furry blob.
I love this
your
so much.
elevation.
Are we drinking champagne?
Yeah,
We
do you want
are.
some?
Yes.
Yeah, look, I can assist you here.
I love that you're having a podcast.
How's that?
Oh, this is the good stuff.
Is it? Good.
Wow.
I wouldn't know.
Good, yeah.
I wouldn't trust
Fancy
this
here.
one.
Crystal.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
So, for context,
How do I look?
stunning.
It feels really nice in here, though. I love it. It's
Does it
nice
really?
and warm in here.
Do you feel protected from the
Yes.
elements? Yeah.
I was an apple once for Halloween, and it felt similar because I was
missed the
pregnant
apple.
9 months, and I still want to have my Halloween party, obviously.
Well, of course.
And so I was thinking, what can I do to protect the baby, you know?
And so it's an apple. Why
So
have I
I
missed
became
the
an apple because then it was like this. Actually, you should look it up.
That's almost kind of a precursor to you doing the worm. You were the worm from the apple.
Exactly.
Oh, I like
There
that.
you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
And
evolution.
Seal was Eve. He gave me 5 minutes to do his makeup. So don't judge by the
Was it
makeup.
quick drag? Oh, yeah, all good?
It was just a very quick one.
I'm assaulting a fly here.
That fly is
How
gonna
many,
drive
how
me
many drinks
insane.
do you have going there?
So I have my Hugo Spritz, my Champagne, and then my coffee in a martini glass. And I like to just cycle between the beverages.
You do? That's how I do with snacks in the bed.
An essential.
Because I like chips, I like chocolate, you know, all kind of in a gummy worm like mixture.
Love it. I have a pretty much like half to a whole bar of Tony's Chocolonely, which, by the way, if no one's gotten on the Tony's Chocolonely bandwagon, it's the best chocolate in the entire world.
And you
No,
eat a bar.
I like
A night, I eat a
hazelnut
bar.
chocolate from Milka.
Much better.
I'm going to send you a bar
Yeah?
of Tony's Chocolonely. Like, I send it to everyone. It's like I've got stocks or shares in it, but I don't.
Are we getting something to eat too?
I wish we were. Oh my God, you need
wish.
to...
Or you want to crack some nuts? Is that what you want to do? What do you?
Oh, I hadn't
what
thought
is that
about nut
for?
cracking.
Well, I
That's
don't
what
wanna
they're
be-
for.
No, we're not cracking any nuts. I'm allergic to nuts, and I've nearly died
You
from
are?
those bad boys.
Oh, no.
First off, we've never interviewed anyone in our entire lives.
Am I
So
the first one?
You're
are.
popping our cherry.
Yes! I feel honored.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming here in the
Completely
ball.
unprepared. And also, there's a disco ball one. We have one that's a complete disco ball.
Yes.
We need that one next time.
And there is the one where the
You
girl
can't see.
goes all the way in and she can't see a thing and runs into everything
It
from
was-
the show. It was in Paris, no?
Well remembered.
Yes, that was
well remembered. It was
good.
wild. People were like, Christian, you are aware that she can't see anything.
She
And I was
didn't
like,
mind.
I know. And I was like, are you fine with it? To the model, she was living. So I was
Yeah.
like, go forth.
I love
Be
it.
free.
So how did she know which way to go? She just couldn't see down by her feet a little bit.
So this is the secrets that have never been revealed. We actually had her on her phone in
No,
it. And
so you
someone
were
was
like a little to the left, little
yeah,
to
we
the
gave her
right.
I didn't
rough-
even know that.
You didn't know
No.
this. Yeah, we gave
Wow.
her rough guidance of like how to get through the thing. But then we also like, you can bump into people, you can crash into stuff, just don't hit Sam.
That is good modeling.
It was good model. And she ended up being on like CNN and all
I
this
saw
stuff.
because I saw it everywhere.
The reason why
How
we
do
did
you
it...
come up with this ball?
Well, I was like, okay, it's our first show at Paris Fashion Week. What's going to cut through the noise of like Saint Laurent that's spending a gajillion dollars or
Yeah.
whatever? And I was like, let's do something stupid, something viral that people just repost and they won't know if it was
I love
intentional
that you
or
call
not.
it stupid. Let's call it something. You calling this stupid the way I'm looking right now?
No, chic,
Casual.
Looking at the monitor actually cracks me up at every point.
It's insanity. You also match the salt and pepper shakers that are
Oh my
also
gosh, you
spherical.
do. It's like Inception. Just repeating and repeating. But so get back to our serious interview
Yes,
here. It's
yes.
pressing stuff.
Yes,
We've
Barbara
got lined
Walters
up.
is in the room.
We have lots of gorge questions for you. And I just don't even know where to get started. But I mean, maybe
I think given that your arms are currently inaccessible, you seem to have a lot of experience with inaccessible arms throughout Halloween.
Yes.
So when you were the worm, am I right in thinking you couldn't move?
I couldn't move at all. I mean, now I have
you
so
got a
much
wriggle.
because here I have a lot of space inside. You know, I can move my arms in here. I can snap. I can do fun things. Like when I was in the worm, my arms were basically tied down to the side of my body. You know, and it was very contrived. Plus, I couldn't move my face. My face was stuck to the outside wall. So whenever this moved, everything moved with it. And when I would fall, and I knew I was going to fall because I wanted to do the interviews on the floor because I thought it would be
Genius.
naturally a worm would be on the floor doing an interview instead of standing up
Method.
straight. I just said to my husband, please don't leave me face down because they don't know where's the front, where's the back. Can you still see my face? I don't know. And then they leave me there
like
like,
the fuck up.
yeah.
But you were faced out.
No, but I was that's what I was worried
Oh.
about. And then you can't breathe when you're like,
One of my
you know?
favorite quotes of all time is you just on the floor going, "Hi." I saw it all over TikTok. You just like, "Hi," just this giant worm on the floor. Loved it.
I
And
loved it too. It was so much fun, but I loved being more out of it again.
You invited me to that one. I went and I was like, "Where's Heidi? Where's Heidi?" And then I looked at the DJ booth and there was just this flailing worm. And I was like, "There she blows."
Thanks to Questlove. I always love seeing his face when he sees me for the first time. Because many times I've like pat him on the back and he turns around. He's like, "Oh God, what is this again?" Yeah.
You had such a good little selection of guests there too. Like there was someone dressed as a tree.
Yeah.
And I kept on pretending to nibble on their branches, which apparently they did. Then it turns out that they were like a New York Times writer.
Oh.
And so then in the New York Times article about your party, it was just a quote about how I was like simulating fellatio to a tree. And I was like, no, I wasn't.
Wow.
Gnawing
Like, no,
away.
I wasn't. I was just
But I loved
nibbling.
it. I was like, amazing. It adds to my legacy.
Where does the
What
idea...
were you again? What were you for Halloween?
Oh, I was fucking embarrassment, Heidi. You put so much effort in. And I came as, what was her name? Like, I'm a mouse, from Mean Girls. I miss basic bitch shit. is
Very
what I
low
did.
effort.
It was like,
What were
it was like a
you?
little nighty.
I'm terrible at Halloween. Terrible.
Why?
I think... Well,
if you know
naturally
it
I
already,
walk...
try harder next time.
But my issue is I was in New Orleans over Halloween,
Yeah.
dressed like myself.
Yeah.
And people kept coming up to me telling me it's inappropriate to dress like Jeffrey Dahmer at Halloween.
Yeah.
But I wasn't dressed.
But also, you're
It was
dressed as
just
Jeffrey
me.
Dahmer right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
You're
was
like-
just me. So I've accepted that every year I'm just Jeffrey Dahmer.
How do you guys know each other?
So we met yonks ago. We were doing like a shoot for Paper Magazine, and I needed help. And Nat came and was so unhelpful. No,
Incredibly unhelpful.
And you're like, "You're fabulous."
yeah, but was just fabulous. No, we've just vibed. We've been
Yeah.
two Brits in America for
I
like
thought maybe you went to school together or something. No.
No, we lack education. It's a big, it's a big thing that's missing in our lives.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't learn anything in university either, so.
Yeah,
And
but we
educated
immigrated here
girls.
to America.
kids, here you heard it first.
Yeah, literally.
University
Oh, I
sex.
nearly got kicked out of fashion school because I was such a terrible student. And they told me I should quit fashion design and never try to pursue it.
And people
And
still
they were
tell you
right.
that to this
They
day.
were right. I shouldn't have. 'cause
We've
then
been
things like this
trying.
would happen. Which, by the way,
It would be so sad if you would have stopped.
They almost stopped the furry ball from being in the world. Which
I mean, I have so many amazing memories of many things down the line. The iPad was the iPad in the hat?
oh my gosh!
Oh,
good
wow.
We had a, like a
memory.
glittery hat. Was
Yeah.
the
You could
iPad
run the
on the hat or
archive.
something?
No, it was-
I'm going way back.
Yeah.
You're going back to the beginning of my
Yeah,
career.
no,
I
I
was
know.
a fashion student, a terrible one, we've established, and I made this like giant pink, like sombrero-esque
Yeah.
glittery hat. And Lady Gaga saw it online and wore it, and I was like 18 and I was
Yeah.
freaking out. And then a computer company like paid me loads of money to put their iPad into the hat.
Yeah, I
And
remember
that's how it
that.
started. That's how I began my brand.
Everything was so like loud, pink, baby blue, and glitter, and just everything you can think of mushed up and spat back out. And I was like, yes.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm so impressed by your memory. I forgot about that outfit. Is my favorite. But you've worn many an iconic Luke, I feel. But out of all the Lukes that you've worn, what would you say your favorite is ever? And you're not allowed to say one of mine out of being
My,
sweet, like,
my favorite outfit ever?
ever that you've worn in a public forum.
I mean, obviously, I loved my wedding gown.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Does
a
that
solid
count?
choice.
Does that
Yeah.
count?
That counts, but give us one other as well, because I feel like everyone loves their wedding gown.
You know,
I want a
it's
niche
so
one.
the wedding gown. I've tried it on so many times. Flew to Rome twice, and all of this stuff, and it was so poofy, and I loved it.
Am I
Who
correct?
made the
Did
gown?
Was it
But
Valentino?
yeah, it was a Valentino Couture. I loved it. Now it's all
was a
squished into a
glam
bag.
gown.
Hopefully,
Casual.
one of my kids will want it.
No
But
pressure.
they just don't love anything that I hand down to them.
Yeah, I heard, so you were saying earlier that you've been cleaning out your closet,
For 2 weeks, I've been in my closet.
and you are one of the mothballs that came out of the closet.
Yes. I feel like those balls from Totoro.
Oh, cute. Yeah, I can see that.
Those little black balls. I love them.
So the organisation was good? It
It
went
was
well?
very
It was
good.
stunning?
It's very
and
hard
gorgeous?
for me to do. Very hard for me to get rid of things. But then I tried a lot of the things on. Like I had someone there with me for 2 weeks every day, from
shit.
10
You were
to
committed to the
from 10 to
cause.
like 5 o'clock, because I need
Wow.
someone.
Man.
You know how some people need to have like a trainer in the gym next
Yeah.
to them. Like I needed to have this person next to me. Like try this on, try this on. And when I couldn't get it up my thighs, I was like, okay, it's never gonna happen
Yeah,
again.
fair play. Gotta
Like
let go.
you know, it's just
let it go.
I grew out of it. I grew up.
So you're just giving it away to people?
Yeah.
Are there going to be people in like fabulous gowns?
Yes.
We should give this one
Yes.
away.
No. I wear
Roll
it,
it
I
down the
keep
street.
it.
Do you have any fashion regrets throughout your life?
I don't have fashion regrets. I know I've been on the worst dress list many times, but I think
Really?
they were all wrong.
Yeah.
Where
That's the
are they
attitude
now?
to have,
Where are those
Heidi.
people now that
For
wrote that?
sure.
I don't know where they are.
They don't make statues of critics.
Where are they? Look,
True.
I still know what's up. Look at me, zoom. See this?
You're like, why was I ever on the worst dress list?
I don't get it. No, I've always, I was always in love with fashion and, unusual things. You have a publicist, and the publicist most of the time says, can you not play it a little bit more safe? I was never so much into playing it safe, but to play.
Yeah,
With
just
fashion,
play.
yeah.
And like do fun, crazy,
Yes.
dumb, wild stuff.
And I get it that a lot of people, sometimes they have maybe one big event to go to in the year, and then you maybe want to overthink a little bit what you wear and how the hem is and how this is and that is. And I have so many amazing opportunities that I was like, I can play with all these different looks. So
And you're
I
so good
play.
at supporting younger
Love
brands,
that.
I've noticed. Like you do it.
Yes.
'Cause you work with Robert
We-
Mariel.
yes.
Who we love and have been so supportive of me since I was like a baby designer.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
And you're the best. You always do it.
Well, I found over the years through Project Runway, making the cut, I've met so many amazing young new artists. And of course, I fall in love with them and what they do. So I want to wear their stuff too. It's not just because it's a big brand and it's expensive that's why it's fabulous.
No, absolutely
No.
not. My greatest regret in this life was that I came along a little too late to be on, to be like a guest judge on Project Runway.
Yeah.
Oh, would have loved it.
Such
Would have
incredible
loved critiquing
television.
fashion.
Yes,
Oh,
it was-
I love to critique.
Yeah, it was always so much fun.
How did you kind of end up in this country doing what you do?
How
every
did I
day?
end up here?
How did you
Yeah.
get here?
Well, first I grazed all of Europe. No one wanted me, so I thought, let's try America.
Where did you go in
No,
Europe? The
but
whole
seriously,
thing?
like I won this modeling contest in Germany, and then I went to Italy, I went to Milan, I went to London, I went to Paris. So I really did graze most of Europe, stayed in Germany for a while. But really, I wanted to come to America. And really, they also, at that time, wanted me the most, because when I started, like the heroin chic look was in.
Obsessed.
And I was everything but heroin chic look, so this was not working for me. But in America, because they loved my wholesome curves and that I was, a little bit more chesty, that I have, some hips. And so I got work here, so I loved it. And I loved New York and the vibe, and very different from the small town that I'm from. And so I fell in love with all of it and stayed.
I feel like America loves joy, and you have a very joyous smile and a joyous like attitude, and so I feel like that's the thing that.
Well,
like,
I get to do
true.
fun things. Dress in
The
balls,
energy.
dress up in gigantic
I think
balls.
that's why
and-
I'm here and not the UK as well, because UK likes like serious snooty fashion, and I was never going to be giving that. I was
Yeah.
always going to be giving the jokes. But I mean, the big
you're
thing
in on
going
the
right
joke.
now, and I think it's going on. Like this isn't obviously being recorded live. But I think it'll still be going on when this comes out. But the Olympics is like the big thing going on right now.
Yeah.
Huge.
And so my major burning question was, if you could make up an Olympic sport,
If I could make up an Olympic
yeah,
sport,
like it doesn't have to be a sport that exists.
I would call it sport du chambre.
Context.
Yes. Translation?
Sport du
du
chambre.
chambre.
You know what sport du chambre means?
No, not the
sport of
foggiest.
the room or something? Or what?
Yeah, it's sport in the room.
French lessons.
Sorry,
Sport
how
in
do
the
you
room.
know that?
It could be possibly two people in a bedroom doing a lot of exercise together, push-ups, perhaps. So
Right.
it's called sport du chambre
Got it.
I love
or
that.
sport au chambre. You
I
must
think-
ask a French person. Sabrina, how do you say sport en chambre? Sport en chambre.
Exactly. Perfect.
Wow.
Something
Yeah.
tells me that would get a lot of views. I think that would kill it in the
Well, they
ratings.
do breakdancing now.
Do they?
That's an
yes,
Olympic
it's
sport.
all the new rage.
Ooh.
Yes, it's breakdancing in the Olympics right now.
If I was an Olympian, I'd want to be a surfer because they're not doing it in Paris. They're doing it in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Way more major.
Or they would build one of those fake water waves.
So apparently, no, what's hilarious is they identified 3 spots that they could do it. One's in the tropics and 2 were beside France. And they just chose the one in the tropics, which is definitely some gay there in the office being like, let's all go to the tropics.
Have you ever tried it?
Absolutely not.
Surfing?
I would die instantaneously.
I tried it in Bali. I actually couldn't believe it. I got my booty out of the water and boom, I was
Whoa.
standing on it. I couldn't even believe it. And I rode that wave all the way to the beach.
Something tells
First time
me,
try. And then I never tried it again because I thought it worked. And I thought maybe the second time it won't work anymore. So I stopped right there.
Yeah.
Does this happen
Stop
a
while
lot
you're
to
on
you?
top. What?
I feel like you try a lot of new things that are
And then
successful.
also slay them.
I feel like this is a recurring
No,
theme.
honestly, I have no idea how that happened, but actually, it was like a smooth wave. It wasn't one of those ones that you see them do on television. Trust me, it was just like a small little itty bitty wave, but I was on it.
I mean, I'm impressed. I've never even
I
tried.
can ski
I'm a fierce daredevil skier.
This is true.
pretty good.
I slay the slopes.
Yes.
honey.
I slay the
slay the fucking slopes. Those bitches
I can slay the
are my
damn
sons.
slopes too. Can
You
you
can?
slay the slopes? Can you
I've
slay
seen
the
this
slopes?
man
So I was
ski.
in ski school and was removed
school?
from ski school
How
quite
old were you?
swiftly 4
An
years
adult
ago. So I was an
male.
adult
4
in
years
ski
ago.
school.
But I'd like to point out that the other people in the class were like 4 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
You were the only grown
But I
up.
was like, charting towards their grandparents that were sweetly watching these little children and waving, and I was just screaming like fuck, 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 fuck the whole way down the hill that felt really high. And
In front
they
of
kicked
all those kids?
Yeah, the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it was
not
not
good.
great. So I was swiftly removed from the mountains. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not great for me to be up there.
Yeah,
but
not,
the après
not
ski I'm
allowed within
great
500
at.
feet of a school. No,
I just taught my husband and his
Very
twin
that.
brother. Last year we went to Aspen. They had never skied before in
Oh.
their life, and I thought it would be fun if I would be the ski instructor. And you know how they always have a bunny hill first time round?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no. Let's go straight up, 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 up. So I took them immediately
have to.
up.
Learn by fear.
Because, I mean, you know how it works. So I feel like you need to have a little speed.
you do.
If you have like a little bunny slope and it's not, you're just not moving forward, then it doesn't work.
No, you need to be bombing down.
You can't do turns if you don't have some speed. So I took them up. Obviously, my husband fell immediately out of the lift. He was like all cursing at me. And I said to him, I'm like, I told you, hold on to me, but he didn't want to. He was like, no, stop it. And plop, there he fell. It was his own fault because I told him to hold on to me. But then we got the skis back on and it was actually pretty good. They're pretty good.
He's staying the slopes.
Or I was a good teacher, you never know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obviously all about the schooling that you gave him.
Yes.
But my favorite thing about skiing is it takes, like, generally, like, these men who are, like, kind of like power butch men who are amazing at everything, and then they're always terrified on the slopes. I find it so funny. Like, I went with some of my family recently, and my brother and stuff were just, it was incredible to witness.
Yeah.
Just tumbling over and over again.
I love that you know how to ski.
There is another guest in the room, which is a ginormous
It's a fly,
the size
I
of a
know.
bus.
It really-
And I need it to leave.
It really
It's
wants
really
to partake.
aggressive. No, but my question is, if you were to die in your sleep
Yeah.
or from sport de chambre,
Yeah.
what would your funeral be? What would your dream funeral be?
Not a lot of fuss.
Not a lot
I
of
feel like I
fuss.
made enough fuss while I was here. I also don't want to like leave a lot to do for everyone who's left behind.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I mean? Like
Fair.
a grave or like someone that people have to come and clean up or put stuff on. I feel like then I don't want to be a hassle
Yeah.
afterwards. I'm already a hassle now, so I feel like
Or-
I don't want to be a hassle afterwards. Easy.
Or just cause even more hassle.
Yeah, maybe like just a quick little burn and then a quick little toss.
Like a catapult.
Well, like toss, like when the ashes get tossed and then they're like.
I had visions of your body just being tossed around the funeral.
And then a toss. And pardon.
No, I meant like a little cremation perhaps, and then a little toss in the wind. And poof,
Cute.
off we go.
Oh, see, I want lots of fuss.
Oh, you want like an amazing cascade, and you want like a marching band.
It's worse than that.
Actually humanly possible. But basically, the one rule that definitely will happen is I want every single guest, they have to bring a dog to my funeral. So I just want loads of, because who can be sad when there's loads of dogs just yapping and barking and doing silly
Fighting.
things?
Yeah.
I think that's just hilarious. Also, I like the idea of everyone just being like, fucking hell, I've got to bring a dog, and like, dumb. But then I guess I would love my body to just be like shot into space.
Oh,
Just whoosh,
really?
out.
And Bezos.
Yeah, like in a one
In
of
a
those
thing that
giant
looked like a
rockets,
little-
the giant dick spaceship. Yeah,
You want to be in that?
right in my life. I want to be shot, and then I just want to like go through space for like years, frozen, and then one day just
Someone
like
will find
land
you.
on a planet. And either be like the most slay arrival to the planet, and everyone's freaking out because
What
I've
are you
arrived.
wearing?
What this?
You
disco-
arrive like this. They're like, what is that?
Or I want them to look up and be like, what's that person? And then I hit wipes out the planet. End.
Really beautiful.
What would yours be now?
No, but it would
Nothing
be so
quite
funny
like
if you
that.
arrive in this and they would be thinking like all those aliens on a different planet. So why were they wearing these balls on planet Earth?
Also, I would obviously make up loads of rumors. I'd say like make up shit, be like, everyone wears this
Yes.
on Earth
Yes.
because everyone looks like this.
Yes.
Like, I'd just make up loads of shit. And I'd also be like, I was so talented. I was such a good singer. I was such a good actor. Can't do any of those things in real life.
I feel like
this.
I'm dehydrated.
Oh, well, let's just quickly fix that one. Can't be having a dehydrated snowball. The pressure when I'm doing this, by the way. More? Oh,
Thank you.
graceful.
Apart from the clothes that you were clearing out, do you collect anything at home?
Yeah, do you have a weird thing
do I
that you collect?
anything? I collect everything. Stupid things from even every boarding pass of every plane ride I've ever been on.
Really?
You're joking.
Yes, because I always thought, I'm going to make a wallpaper with that, like all the boarding passes
Love
next to
it.
each other, and then I'll laminate it, paint over it on my walls. But then I was like, what if I'm going to move out of this house again? Then I'm going to have to bring all these walls because I'm never going to, and this is my entire life that I've been flying around the planet, and then I have to leave this at this house. So I never did it yet.
You've got to... What's a way that you can do it and bring it with you? I don't know. It's got to be like... Can you make it into like fabric or something? I don't know. Walls that you could remove.
But you know what I mean? That's why I
Yeah,
haven't done it yet.
effort.
But I collect dumb things like that. I also collect old dolls that were made with cellulite. Is that what it's called? Like it's like some hard plastic. And they come
like
from...
kids' dolls.
Yeah,
shit,
but
what?
like from when they first were made, so the eyes don't have the ding, 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 ding eyes yet. They're all painted on.
Do you know like the year they're from? Like,
I
are they
forget.
really old? Because I now know what to give you in the future as a gift.
Like I find them on the flea market. I'm obsessed with them. I collect jewelry.
Well, isn't that the one?
I collect lots of shoes and
What's
handbags.
your favourite gemstone?
I mean, I like green is my favorite, so I like emerald. I love emeralds.
Love.
I
They're
mean,
fragile.
I'll never say no to a gorgeous diamond, but I love a green. I love an emerald. Green is my favorite color.
What's your birthstone?
It's an alexandrite.
Oh, what?
Really?
It's called alexandrite, and that's also a green stone.
Oh, oh my God, well, it's meant to be.
See, look, it's on my engagement ring.
Can we get a zoom in? It's actually
Do
a
you see
gorge
it? It's
engagement
green.
ring. I love that.
Pretty.
My husband designed it.
Oh, no way.
It's romantic.
Talent. We
He
love
made
it.
it. Actually, I could have just done this easier.
Oh yeah, look, we'll get a zoom in there for the rock. Well, literally a gemologist in the house here. Nat's
love-
obsessed
yeah?
with gemstones.
Yeah, love a gemstone.
Talk about your bad boy.
Oh, I have a diamond and a sapphire.
Is this an engagement ring?
Yeah, it's an engagement ring.
Gorge.
Yeah, but I have OCD, so I designed the whole thing myself. And then, very romantically, Ryan just figured out the rest of it. But
So
yeah.
you designed it, and it just happened to come onto your finger.
Yes, exactly.
Just fell onto
yeah,
his finger.
very, magical.
He like traveled
It's
the world
beautiful.
sourcing stones.
I mean, that's an ice skating ring. That diamond is huge.
Well, thank you.
Gorge.
Yeah, we try.
It blinds me regularly.
But I love nothing more than being in like the Upper East Side in New York and sitting at a restaurant and all these fabulous women with all this like, you know, piles and piles of antiquities on their wrists and fingers and the necks, and they're so frail, and you're like, how can you even like stand up with all that you have on? It's amazing.
It reminds me of the Ambani wedding.
That's the exercise. That's our exercise.
Have you been seeing that Ambani wedding? The wedding in India that's like just cajillions of dollars. And
Did you see Kim's jewelry? Oh, that gorgeous necklace and what she had, you know, from her nose to her ears. That looked amazing. Lorraine Schwartz made all of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was fun. Chic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't look like Cartier when someone told me that. I was like, they wouldn't do that.
Gorgeous.
It was amazing. The
The size of those rocks, wow.
The mum of the guy who got married, she had an emerald on her chest that was literally the size of my mouth, if not bigger. I was like, work, bitch. That's just what I need in my life.
I mean, I feel like all the emeralds went there. They had everything with emeralds.
Well, I think a lot of the families over there own all the mines.
Yeah.
So they just get to like pick the best stones. So I know where I need to go.
That's a nice like family job.
Why are my family not billionaire jewelers? That's what I want to know. It's upsetting. Been hard done by.
But it's
really
not.
suffering.
We're not too upset about our lives, no? We're all laughing and having a good time.
We have
Absolutely
a great time
not.
every day. We're sat here with you wearing a gigantic
Yes.
ball, filming a podcast.
No,
Having a
I
great
feel blessed
time.
every day when I wake up, you know, I get to do fun things. And so we don't need all the rocks in the world.
No, this is true. This is true. And
Just
there
a few
are-
of them.
Just a few of them, I was going to say.
It's just sprinkling.
we don't need all, just
I say
a
I
few.
want chic rocks, but I've got the word bitch spelt out in diamonds on my neck, which isn't very chic, but
And it is from one of the most iconic people on the planet.
surely is. It's Elton John's
I mean,
one.
I
It was
love
like-
Elton. I love him.
I've actually never met Elton.
Oh no, I love Elton.
And I tried to dress him, but he was in like some giant Gucci contract for so long.
I
Need to
love
get him.
him. I love his music. I mean, epic. And that you have that is epic.
It's from The Bitch Is Back, which I think was like the late 70s.
Oh, fun.
Obsessed.
Yeah. I
Really
don't know,
fun.
I love it so much.
I love it too.
Have we given you the spiel of what this podcast is called?
No.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we
do
have-
the
I don't know
bit.
anything. It's
Oh
just
my
when you said, will
gosh.
you do my podcast? I'm like, right away. Here I am.
You're a true supportive gal.
Of course. I love you. We go way back.
We do go
I-
way back.
yeah, I love
Like,
you.
I love you too. Like, and it's genuinely like so special because, as we were saying, like we're so lucky to live our lives. Like when I think back to when I was like a depressed gay kid in the middle of nowhere in the countryside of the UK, and I think to what my life is now, it's just the dream.
Yeah,
and you've been such a
same.
big part of that. You've been such a supporter since day one. So, yeah, just so much love for you always. Mwah. But
cutest.
the spiel
Yes.
about the podcast. The podcast is called "We Need to Talk About Crabs," and it genuinely is called that, and it's
Yeah.
because the podcast is meant to be about all sorts of random crap. There's
Yeah.
no theme
Yeah.
for anything.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed with the fact that, did you know, like evolution, like a hippo evolved, we've got a hippo, but crabs,
They did not evolve.
they evolved 5 times separately.
What do you mean?
So like all the crabs we have today,
Yeah.
loads of them aren't related. They all evolved individually, 5 different like veins of them.
And how did you
And they all
come-
became the exact same thing. So there's a theory.
But when did you think of crabs so deep in heart?
Oh, every day. No, I just
How
I
did this
wakes
come
up every
about?
day. I love weird, like I love nature. I'm a big nature geek. I love insects and crustaceans and things. I love the facts.
Do you eat them?
Yes. Not the
So
insects.
you don't love them that much? Do you
No,
still
I love
eat
them
them?
so much
That you
I
have
need
to
But you have to
eat
enjoy
them.
the full.
Just have to. But so I was so excited with the fact that there's this theory that we're all distant ancestors of future crabs. They think everything's eventually going to turn into a crab, which lol. Love.
Wow.
Love that for us.
Nothing
and
freaks
so
me
we
out
thought
more.
that encompassed the theme of like everything and anything. Really random topics for the podcast. So yeah, this is called We Need to Talk About Crabs.
Yeah.
And the podcast front cover is me and Nat with a giant cooked crab.
I love it.
It's so random.
It is so random.
Do you-
I'm like, how did you think of that?
We were out one night and you were pretty wasted, and he was giving me this crab spiel
Or
about
do you
evolution.
mean, let's talk about crab, also mean like crap?
Oh, I didn't think about
Just
that.
adding to the podcast, Heidi.
That could be it. But he literally we were out for drinks and he said, we need to talk about crabs. And I was like,
That's
we
the
have
name.
to do it. Let's do the podcast.
name,
That's what it's called.
I love this. Must be the least relaxing podcast for people to listen to in bed, because that's where I listen to a podcast. I'm in bed and I'm falling asleep.
Really?
But I listen to drag queens screaming as my podcast, pretty much.
While you're trying to sleep?
Yeah.
That's an interesting
Really?
choice.
Yeah, I listen to Trixie and Katya's podcast, and
Well,
it's basically them just like,
Screaming?
well, like they're like laughing and joking and like doing all the things.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it just sends me right to sleep. It's great.
Really?
I know, isn't that weird? I think it's because I grew up in a very busy household. I'm one of 11 children, and it was very loud.
a lot
And so I
going
think
on.
there was always Snoop Dogg being played.
Yes.
While I was going to bed, and so this fly is harassing Heidi, and so I would always fall asleep
I
to
wonder why.
Snoop Dogg. And so now I think it's translated into drag queens.
I wish I would have fallen asleep to Snoop Dogg. No one was playing that in my house when I was little.
Did you do something with Snoop Dogg? Did you not
did.
do a song, or am I imagining
I
that?
did. It was
You
called
surely did.
Chai Tea with Heidi.
That's a banger.
Incredible.
Yeah, that is an absolute banger.
So much fun. I love him so much. He is at the Olympics right now.
He is.
Oh, I saw him
He was
carrying the
wearing a
torch.
gold python skin blazer, and it was really fierce.
Yes.
Yeah, he looked great.
I was like, is that Snoop Dogg? What is he doing with the torch running around?
Did he hold the torch?
Yes.
Absolutely love
But
that.
I feel like I've seen already 10 people running around with that torch. I don't know. They just hand it off and hand it off and hand it off and hand it off. Or I guess,
I
right?
guess every
Yes.
200
I think
meters.
don't they do it for a while?
I don't know
They,
too
Yeah.
much about it.
And then
I
it
don't
ends
know
up at the
anything
opening
about
ceremony.
sports.
Me either.
Sports aren't my thing.
No, not my thing either.
No.
But the Olympics, that's like...
Sports.
No, I mean, if one of my kids, I have 4 kids, if one of my kids was doing some sport,
Obviously.
yes, I watch my kids doing it. If my kids are not participating or anyone that I know, yawn.
Yeah,
I'm not
yawn.
really into it.
Like,
I'm
Has to
why
be
not.
an
do I care
exciting
who
sport.
kicks a ball into
I don't
a
care.
net?
I don't care.
Like, why
But I
do
love that a lot of people care. I love it.
Slay for the people who love it.
Yeah.
Like, go off. But I'm more about crabs.
And fashion.
Not even fashion, just crabs.
That's it.
No, we care a
fashion.
little bit. Like, what are they wearing?
Yeah. I know.
But they're
The
all
uniforms
wearing
are so awful.
The uniforms are snooze.
All of
Snoozing.
them.
Snooze town.
I feel like you should do it next time around.
It's
Why
one of my
didn't they have
dreams.
someone like
Interesting.
fire this stuff up a little
Who did
bit?
the US?
I think it's always like Ralph Lauren.
It's always Ralph Lauren or Tommy Hilfiger, I think.
Yeah. And I think they have
which
to be
is
practical,
wonderful.
which is sad. But you have-
Practical?
yeah, that's the sad part.
Do
about
we love practical things? 9. We go 9.
9 is such a good
absolutely.
word, by the way.
9.
It gives me so much joy whenever anyone says it. By the way, if I'm ever looking at my phone, it's
By
'cause
the
I'm-
way, why do you have the Chateau Marmont keychain? I have the same. I have
It's
the
for my room
same.
that I'm staying in. And I was like, that's cute.
You're staying
visual
there right
imagery.
now?
I am.
You know, this is where I actually really got married.
Is it?
No
At
way.
the hotel, yeah.
That's so cute. Where in the hotel?
We have a room, like my husband and I, and this is where we met. And so we
Yeah.
got married actually
Adorable.
in the room that we met in. So
That's
every
so
year we meet in
sweet.
that we meet back in that room again.
That's so
You have a,
Yeah.
a bedroom, or it's like a living room, or it's a... Or
No, it's like one of
it's a
the
whole
regular
room.
rooms
Oh, great.
that they have at the chateau. Yeah, and my brother-in-law, he actually got the certificate to marry people.
That's adorable.
It's so
Wow.
easy here to get that. It's insane. So
Didn't
we
you
were like,
marry
let's
someone?
do this.
I married
you can
someone.
do it too. Did you do
Yeah.
it online also?
I did it in France, and it was very easy. It was
See
just, yeah,
how
super
easy it is to marry people. So we were like, yes, heck to the yes. So he learned, he did his little testing, and he got his paperwork,
sweet.
and that's where we got married.
It's the same
So-
colours as your engagement ring.
Yeah, and that's why I have the same keychain.
Oh, yeah.
Cute. Oh, cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I steal loads of these. I like these. And then the gold one from Chiltern Firehouse because it's matching. And then there's the red one from the Bowery in New York.
I steal other things.
gotta
No, but
catch
I
more.
only have this because we got married there.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
I love that. I love to steal things, by the way. I love to steal little things like this.
I don't really steal a lot of
I'm a
things.
thief for
I
silly
might
little...
steal this ball though.
Well, obviously the ball's good. Also, this would be the best outfit to steal things in.
Yes, it's true.
You could fit a plasma
It's
TV
just-
screen in
It's
there.
just hard to steal because my hands cannot come out to take the things.
It's got to be a two-man operation.
But once they're in, you'd never know. So that's
Once it's
quite
in,
nice.
then we're good.
You could be with a sidekick that was just throwing things in there.
Oh yeah,
around
I
the
can
store.
have all sorts in here. I can have another human in here rolled around. You know, like
If you weren't a snowball and if you weren't in entertainment, what would you have done with your life if you couldn't be in? It can't be like modeling, acting, singing, DJing, anything.
Why not? You're
because
taking all the fun things away
someone
from my
mean came on and
plate.
made the rules.
Well, I danced 15 years. I started when I was like 6 years old. I did ballet, tap, ballroom.
Amazing.
Wow.
Belly, all of it, you name it, jazz.
Belly dancing.
Yeah.
Fab.
I did piano. I had piano for many years. But so I always wanted to do something a little bit more fun like that. But when I was finished with my school, I would have started to become a fashion designer in Düsseldorf.
No way.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, so I was already getting the yes from the school. And like maybe 6 months before that would have started, I won my modeling contest. So I never actually went one
So
day
things
to the school.
changed.
Yeah.
Isn't it wild how like one little thing can happen that changes the course of your entire life?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
Actually
I
crazy.
mean, I just found this coupon in a magazine for this modeling contest, and I just cut it out and sent in photos, and the end is history. Like I participated, I won, and then I went to all those different cities first in Europe, and then went to America, and I never looked back.
We love
Modeling
that.
seems like a great ticket to be able to like get out of someone's life
Yes.
and just immediately be thrown into the world.
Yes.
Because I feel like so many models have come from so many kind of like niche areas of the world.
Yeah.
And it just transforms them and their family.
It was just different at the time because there was no phone, you know, so you didn't have all that help or the feeling of there's always someone on the other side of that phone that you quickly can call.
Right.
You know, just going to all these different places
Was it ever like
without anyone in your purse, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, because you have
completely
that
alone.
safety blanket of your phone to call someone. So you're just
course.
completely on your own
would
traveling
you ever
the
be
world.
scared going to these
Many
castings
times.
and photo shoots?
Really?
No, but I was more like scared going to certain parts of the world, and then the plane is not leaving. Then you have to sleep at the airport, and like, you know,
It's a lot.
in
It's
a
a
dodgy
lot.
place somewhere.
Like I don't think people quite appreciate how like young models they really like have to do it all. Like
my
they are
God.
like out
I mean, they
there.
want to do it. At
They
the end of the
want
day,
to.
I
It's
wanted to
desire.
do it. You know, I wanted to do it all. So you have to.
True, but it's like it's a big undertaking. Like you've got to do a lot.
What was like the big moment in your modeling career back then that really made you be like, okay, I'm here, I'm doing the thing? Like, was there one cover
I mean,
or
it
one
started
like,
already by winning this contest because
Right.
honestly, I looked around me and I was like, wow, look at all these gorgeous girls. Like, I'm never going to have a chance here. And then I won this thing. So I was like, maybe I ain't looking as bad as I thought I did. Well, you know, I don't know. So then you know, every time when something good like that happens, then you have more, you feel better about yourself, you know. Not that I
Yes.
felt bad before,
Yeah.
but you know, you look
But some
around and you're like,
validation
you
of
know, wow,
like,
they
oh.
look better, or they look amazing. And then,
Yeah, what was your like I've made
I mean,
it moment?
what was big, obviously, for me was cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, huge.
Because at
I'm
the
sure.
time, you know, no social media, so big things like that. I know you're following that fly, no?
My
Pet peeve,
ADHD
is it- yeah.
or whatever it is firing
I
off
have that-
this
I have that
damn
too.
fucking fly.
I have that too. I have that too.
I'm like staring at the fly, but continue, my love.
But the distribution must have been gigantic of Sports Illustrated
Yeah.
back then,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, true.
it was.
The distribution must have
like
been
people
huge.
immediately recognized me after that magazine was out because there was so many of them and not a lot of other things. So people were always jonesing to hear who was going to be on that cover. And then that year it happened to be me. And then I got lucky again for being picked as one of the new girls at Victoria's Secret.
I was going to say that.
So that
must
was
have been a
amazing.
huge
All of a
moment.
sudden you've become like a household name in America, you know? And then whenever something is big happening in America, the rest of the world then hears about
Yeah.
it. So it kind of has like a little tsunami effect, you know?
Victoria's Secret back then as well was just the biggest thing on planet Earth. I
Huge.
feel like
It was so much fun. I always loved it.
the shows must have been. It must have been such a good time. Was it? Because it was also like a full thing, like a press junket, right?
Yes.
Like you were to like.
Was it televised as well?
was
Yeah, it was
Televised,
televised. Yeah, I mean, from morning till night, we had interviews, but it was so fun to do. I never minded, you know,
I'm
to
sure
the
it's
point where I
fab.
was like, give me that mic.
Yeah, 100%.
Give me that mic. Let me do the
And
interviews.
now you've got two mics in front of you.
You've
I'm
upgraded.
loving your mic setup. It looks like
Yes.
you're about to do like an announcement
Yes.
about some big reveal.
No, but I always loved it because when do you get to wear these fun things again? Like the bigger the wings, the more I love them. If I had little wings, I was complaining and I was like, what did I do wrong? Why are my wings so small?
Did I
Right.
do?
You know? So I always loved the bigger, the more unusual. I loved it.
When I was younger, one of my all-time dreams was to design the wings for a Victoria's Secret runway.
It's sick.
That was always a dream, but then I stopped doing them in the same way.
Martin Esquerdo, he used to always do them. Such a
so
talented
amazing.
heavy?
person.
The lights in them, and they look like fireworks.
Yes.
And it's like, it's crazy.
I
They were
love
heavy,
wearing them.
no, surely, to put on your body. Like, they look like they weigh like 10
They do,
tons.
but it doesn't matter. I forget about how heavy they were when you had them on. The music
sure.
starts, all the people are watching, and then you go out there and you're just like proud. Like I was proud,
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
I remember there was a clip. Who was it? Which model was it? And they were going out on the runway, and she was like, my shoe. And then she had to go out without her shoe.
I think it was maybe Karolina Kokova.
It was Carolina.
Yeah.
And she just like,
She did it.
it was so fantastic.
Yes, she's
Without a
also
shoe.
one of the most amazing walkers.
Yeah. Embarrassingly, I had her, incredibly, I had her in my show, but embarrassingly, my brother had no idea because he doesn't know anything about fashion. He didn't know who Karolina Kokova was.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're a really good model. Like, you can really walk, blah, blah, blah. I was
She's like,
and
"Thank
I was
you."
like, oh, God.
He said that to her?
Yeah.
That's
I was like, that's
hysterical.
embarrassing.
Well, she pretty much did every show, I think.
Yeah.
She did everything.
She must have.
Yeah.
Did you immediately have your walk down? Because you've got an incredible walk, but did you always have it, or was there a point where your walk was not?
I mean,
what it
I
is
don't
today?
think my walk ever was that incredible because honestly, not a whole lot of designers booked me for walking for them.
But you had this like wonderful glide in those Victoria's Secret shows that was also again very joyous.
Yeah.
I think like your signature thing that I pick up on is joy.
Yeah,
You
I
bring
couldn't help
everything.
it. I mean, they always, how it is backstage. They have usually like a gigantic board where there is bullet points written on there how you're supposed to be,
Oh, yeah.
right? Sexy, big strut, fierce. They give you these words that you keep in your brain while you walk. Fierce, yes, here I come. But for some reason, my teeth just always come out. I can't help it. I hear the music and I'm bouncing, and I'm always bouncing more than you're supposed to. I guess you're supposed to glide.
I
more,
love the
glide.
bounce.
But I was always
Powerful.
like, dip dip dip. I'm so happy to be here. Boobs are bouncing. Everything was bouncing.
Dream.
I was like, doing, 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 doing. Yeah.
I love
And
that.
I never
Yeah.
really followed those rules.
It's the $1 billion smile. Like it really was. It is. It
Well,
was and was on the
it just
runway.
always came out naturally. There was nothing I could do about it. I need to hydrate one more time.
Hydration.
You're the professional at this,
Hydration
Christian.
I
happening.
think you need a little bit more. You're all empty.
yeah, I am.
Matt knows how to make champagne disappear. There.
You need to go a little higher.
Okay, higher. I don't want to like this. Better.
Perfect.
I feel like you're my baby bird. But I'm just like, here, child. Oh, I made it. No, refill.
That's all I'm here for.
I need to drink more of my Hugo Spritz. I'll let do
Thank
that.
you.
Takes a while.
Let me check my other fabulous questions. We're
Please.
not very good at a continuous flow here.
I have a really good one, which is
Nothing.
one. Do you like sailing or being on yachts? Is that something you enjoy? Like, do you like being at sea?
I love. I actually thought about, should I rather buy a boat or a house?
boat.
For
You
sure.
know, because
For sure, the
because
boat.
it is so amazing. You feel so free when you're on a. You've been on a yacht. You've been on a yacht. Yeah, you've been on a yacht.
I'd love to live on a yacht forever.
It's just so amazing.
Great. No one can bother you when you're on the yacht,
You
too.
can
I
just
feel
go
like everything's
anywhere,
just,
and you can
yeah.
just park pretty much anywhere. You just put that anchor out, and you're just there. You hop in the water. It's so freeing. I love
I love
it.
taking a little jet ski out.
No, that I don't love.
Oh, I love jet
No,
skis.
no,
Oh, you don't?
no.
Why?
Because I have 4 kids, and then they're running around on that jet ski on that water, and then other people
Oh,
are
that's
driving so
hectic.
fast. Like I'm always scared because they always overdo it. They always go too fast, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
Very me. I went jet skiing around New York the other day. That was fun.
Oh,
I
did
know.
you get a little
Everyone's
bit wet?
like, "Are you okay?" Yeah.
Did you get a little wet? How are your toes? Did you
I
get
got
foot fungus?
soaked.
What is it?
Yeah, I know. I got soaked, and everyone was like, "Are you going to be okay?" And
Were you
I guess
really
we'll
that-
find out if I die young.
No, because I'm sure that is like gnarly, that
Apparently,
water.
it's fine.
Disgusting, I'm
Really?
sure.
Like the water that is being drank out of the... Everyone in New York is always like, the tap water is the best.
They love
In New York.
Nothing about it
I
is
mean, I don't know. I
great.
lived there for a long time, and I sometimes, obviously from traveling, you're gone for like 2 weeks, you come back and you turn that thing on. I mean, it is like pee-pee yellow. Not that your pee-pee should be that yellow, but you know what I'm
that's
saying?
the rust in the pipes.
I know, but is that supposed to be good?
No,
It can't be good for
and also
you.
like sometimes it comes out and there's like orange bits in it, and
That's
I'm like,
what
what's
I'm saying.
happening
No,
here?
So I don't
absolutely
think
not.
that's so good to drink.
No,
I
no
think
way.
it's probably
no
a
way,
complete
no way.
racket that they made up that they've got fabulous tap water.
No.
They claim it comes from the mountains.
Baloney.
Up in New York, but
What mountains?
Absolutely. Thank you.
That is
Where are the
baloney.
mountains?
What
I've never
mountains
seen them.
in flat New York.
What mountains?
This man is incredible with water. He always is like a water snob, and I was like, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think you
I
can.
agree.
It's wild.
I didn't believe that you could tell the difference. So
Yes,
I got
especially
5 different
plastic.
waters, and I put them in different cups.
Yes.
I took away the waters. He guessed every single one correctly.
No, you
the
didn't.
brand name, like I can tell you, like that's that, that's
He was
that,
like,
that's
that's
that.
Evian.
Wow.
Like that's
Yeah.
core. Like that.
Do you do plastic bottles or?
I prefer not to. Like
I
glass
avoid
would be my like go-to, but it's hard to find it. You can't find it at an airport. It's always plastic.
But
and
there,
don't,
I have to say, I feel the difference.
for sure.
With glass.
Yes.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Because if
There's
you
a
have like if
taste
you do
in
taste the plastic, you really damn do.
Also, isn't the idea that I saw this thing apparently like there's plastic molecules in
Yes.
99.998%
I
of
saw
all
that
living
too.
life forms on planet
Yeah.
Earth. Isn't that wild?
Yes.
It's wild.
What's it called again? BPAs.
Yeah.
I don't drink enough water, but we like that bubbly water.
Like that comes in a glass bottle.
Yeah.
That's easy. There's no plastic
This one we have
champagne.
no problem
it's,
with.
It's made from fruit.
This
So
is true.
healthy.
Yeah, it
All the
grows
vitamins
in
and
the ground.
minerals.
We love that. But would you, if you had a mega yacht, what would you name it? Because I've seen some amazing names
Like,
recently.
who's got the one called Drizzle? I
That's
love
the
that.
founder of Zara. It's an
I know.
awesome name for a yacht.
The Kluminator.
I love it.
The Kluminator.
Kluminator.
Yes. You like that?
I think it's awesome. I would
It's
like
got
to
a-
live on the Kluminator.
It's
The
got to be able to
Kluminator.
shoot out like a rocket or something.
Yes.
And it needs a helipad,
Yeah.
for sure.
Don't mess with the Kluminator. We have a helicopter.
That was
Oh, there's the Kluminator coming for us.
that was a signal.
We have a
I
helicopter.
love the hand just popping out of the ball and just. I like these red nails, by the way. Can we
Thank
get some
you.
commotion for the
I
nails?
know, you don't even see them.
They're
and
so
I did them so
fierce.
nice.
Did them so nice and gorge. That ring really is amazing, by the
It's
way.
sickening.
Yeah, sickening ring.
Sickening, darling.
Sick.
Okay, wait. Let me go to my questions. I'm so unorganized.
While you're looking at your question, do you want to feed me a little bit more?
Yeah, Nat, why don't you do
Yeah,
the
but I'm
feed
never
the baby
very-
bird? Feed the baby bird.
Feed the baby bird.
I don't know that I'm great at this.
Come on, Nat. You've done this many a time. We know it. So in my notes, and I don't know why it's here for this podcast, I've got.
Thank you. No, that's perfect.
I've got 1 garlic clove a week. What's
well,
that about?
That's
Oh, you heard.
Yeah.
me. Please confirm
I
or
just-
deny.
I just eat a lot of garlic.
Like,
But it's not just like one little piece. I eat like an entire bulb, you know?
and are you chewing it? Are you chewing it, or does it just get thrown down?
Like an apple, or are you cooking
No, I don't
it?
just bite in it like that because they're individually wrapped. So if you would just bite in it, you get all that.
Papery
Peel.
stuff.
So
yeah.
you peel them out into little nuggets and you
Yeah,
eat them.
exactly. How it has like all these little nuggets in there. You peel it all and then you chop, chop, chop. And then I put it in food, like mostly salad.
Okay, this is a bit more
I was envisioning
reassuring.
Heidi Klum with a
Chomping.
whole bulb of garlic being like,
Chomp, chomp, chomp. No.
which I would have loved to have witnessed, but you
No.
put it in the food. Okay.
I put it in the food. It's just I have a lot of it.
Well, it's meant to be one of the healthiest things for you in the world.
I
Apparently, if you're
100%
sick as well, you
yeah.
have like a garlic clove, and you're 10 years
Yeah.
younger. It's fab. I tried though when I had the flu to chew 3 garlic cloves. Like someone told me to chew them,
Raw.
and I've never felt so unwell in my life.
Yeah, no, it's intense.
It was intense.
It's a lot.
It's intense for my husband.
I bet.
It's really intense for my husband.
Intensive.
But I don't know if I care. No, I do care. I do care. I shouldn't say that. I do care, but I just love garlic too much.
But then the secret to this is, the key is he just needs to eat the garlic too.
Exactly.
Oh, and
And
then
then
you're
you
both
don't notice.
garlic.
Yeah, but he just can't do it because then all you taste is garlic in your
just
mouth,
love
and you have the
garlic.
occasional little burp.
Yeah, those aren't cute.
No.
The garlic burps
No.
aren't
That's
the one.
never
No,
enjoyable.
no. But I definitely do think that has saved me from a lot of things in the past.
100%.
Like sickness and stuff.
Well, I think like you
Right.
said, like it is so. I feel like you can taste it how good it is
It's
for your
meant to
body.
be like this massive immunal boosting
sure.
thing.
Yeah.
But like I think it's so unpleasant chewing on a whole one. Like you could extract information from people by making them chew garlic. It's just so intense. It's like everything opens up.
Or maybe it's because I eat so much of it that that my body is not
You're like
oozing
more
it.
garlic.
No, maybe that it's not oozing it out so much. I always think I don't smell as bad
You don't smell bad.
as
I think you are quite
as I should.
scentless.
I'd love it if your signature in Hollywood was stinking of garlic.
Now you should make this into like a gigantic garlic clove. And my
I
head is just
want it to
coming out
we're
of
going to
the
use
top.
AI to transform you into a piece of garlic.
And my head is just out with this fly coming out.
That's why the fly's been here, because you're just attracting it with your garlic scent.
That's why it is here, perhaps.
The fly will need a credit in the podcast when it comes out.
Wow. I have a visual of you in a clove of garlic that I can't get out
now
of my
sitting
head.
here, no?
Yeah,
I know.
truly.
I feel it too.
Incredible.
Alongside garlic, which appeared in my notes, which I didn't understand, I've also got the word nudist there. I've got the word nudist in my notes.
Yeah. Rumour has it that you are quite into being in the nude.
It is so strange. It is so strange. I know. I get asked about this a lot. I guess
Sorry.
I know. No, I get asked about this a lot. Maybe because also I talked about it, and I think people just don't get it, or maybe they just didn't like grow up with it the way I did. You know, just I don't know. I went to nude beaches with my
same.
parents.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
like when I was
your
little, we would go
parents?
to
Yeah.
Like it's a family outing to the nude beach.
It's not like an outing, but it's more like a holiday. Like we would
Okay.
go to, former Yugoslavia, or like, would go like in Italy. There's like so many nude beaches. They're called FKK,
Okay.
right? And then you
FKK.
go there and then...
It is the nicest feeling in the world, by the way.
I
swimming
love
in the
going
ocean
up like
in
that.
the buff
Yes.
is fabulous.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a European thing because my mother's Spanish, so that's why that happened a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's Europe. UK doesn't do that.
No, America would never understand this.
So I was
This
never
would not
really
be-
hung up about my body
Right.
in a way, because I was like, it's just
Yeah.
my body.
Also, we've all got one.
Yeah, it's just my
True.
body. And if it's naked or dressed, I couldn't care less, to be honest with
I
you.
always think when people get so hot and bothered about it and hate it, I'm like, newsflash, we're all naked below our clothes.
Yeah.
Shocker.
True.
But everyone should be how they want to be,
Of course,
but
of
I
course,
definitely think it is freeing if you are, as a child, if you grew up like that,
yeah, 100%. It's so gorge. I love it in Spain. It was fun. Also, we'd all giggle as kids and be like, hee hee hee.
I don't even know that I cared so much about seeing people naked there, because it was just the norm. So you're not hung up about the nudity. It's just there.
Yeah, it's healthy. Well,
Yeah.
maybe in
I
the
thought
UK
it
kept
is,
on.
in a way,
In the
because
UK is weird though about some of those
weird
things sometimes.
place.
Like they're like for an island that's got a coast the whole way around it. We don't utilize our coastline that much. It's very confusing. We don't really like.
maybe because it's not super warm.
But in the summer, it's cute.
yeah.
But yeah,
But
I
it's
guess
not like a nice, beautiful sandy beach.
There's, like,
in the
pebbles
UK.
and
It's
stones and
Pebbles,
shit.
pebbles. Who wants to stand on pebbles? So uncomfortable.
There's always jelly shoes.
And the Row by the Olsen twins, they do a jelly shoe.
I love a good jelly shoe.
okay, here we go.
Yeah,
I
the
can get
Row
into
do a
that.
jelly shoe. I actually want it. It's so chic.
I love a jelly shoe too.
Me too.
Sick.
Sick.
Do you have a least and favorite thing about America or Americans?
A least favorite
Yeah,
thing?
what about
Yeah.
a least favorite and a favorite thing
Yeah.
about
We can make
America? And as a we're all Europeans living in America. So I want to know, like, what are the things that we don't live for and what are the things that we live for?
What do we not live for? I mean, I wish we would have less garbage just in general. I feel
That
like
is
we make a
actually really
lot of
true.
garbage here.
It's
a
all-
lot.
And recycling is a myth in
I
this
feel like
country.
here we make a lot of more garbage. I feel like in Europe more so we're looking to recycle things, bring our bags to the place again, kind of
Also-
redoing it and redoing. Like here, it's just I feel like
Too
there's a
much.
lot of stuff that gets thrown out.
In New York as well, the garbage on the streets is like not the vibe.
But I feel
Rough.
like at least there's more recycling than I feel like is here.
I don't know whether I buy that it all gets recycled.
Yeah, I
think a
know.
lot of
There's
it
no
gets sent to the
way.
same trash pile
I
in like
hope not.
wherever it is.
I hope not.
Yeah, that's a good answer on the America part. I'm trying to think what mine would be.
I don't love the
When you order something, everything comes in a box, in another box,
Everything
in
in a
another box, in
With the
another thing.
plastic
If it's
spoons and the
food
this
or
and
whatever it
lazy
is,
town.
so it
Wow.
makes me like not want to order so much because
not
I feel
great.
like here there's a lot of waste and garbage. But what I love is the attitude. I feel like in general, they're more nice.
I agree.
Than in
Completely
Germany.
agree.
Like, I feel like here also when you're successful, people are actually genuinely happy for you. Versus, I feel like in Germany, for example, I can only speak for myself because I am from Germany. Like, there would be more. It's almost like the poppy seed syndrome. When the poppy flower goes up, you want to kind of cut it down because it's too growing out of the rest.
There's a kind of a
And
sense.
here, I feel like people celebrate you and they're happy for you in general.
Yeah, I think there's a sense of, in the US, people want to be part of your success and they want to celebrate your success. Whereas in Europe, it's more of a sense of, how dare you go beyond what another person might have. I don't know, there's less of a thing. Like, for example, the way I describe it is in the UK, if someone's driving a sports car, people will be like, oh, that loser in that sports car.
Yeah.
Whereas in the US, people will be like, sick sports car.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just
Which is
different
different
cultural
mindset.
mentality of how they see.
Right? So you feel that too, no? I feel like in general
we both
here,
do, no?
people are
For
more
sure.
happy for you, when you've done
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's... What would your least favourite thing about the US be? Because that's more interesting. But
I think there's a lot of the transportation in the US is just so big. You have to be the plane, the train, the lack of trains, the cars. I don't love that. It's a lot of like driving in America, and I can't drive, and I don't really love being in a car. So I don't think I'm good at that. But the thing I love is I think you can be something in America and then say you want to do something else, and everyone's like, cool,
love
great,
that.
you can also do something else, and they're like, cool, great, like you can be, you're a
truly is a
fashion
place.
designer and you want to launch a podcast. They're not like shitting on you for it. They're just like, cool.
whereas in the
It's
UK,
America.
people would be like, you're going to ruin your fashion career.
But
by doing a
again, brings it
podcast."
back to what I just said.
It does.
It's just, people are more like, okay, good for you.
My negative thing is, and it's a silly one, is just volume control of people talking in public.
Oh, well, I don't
As
know.
a
The
Brit
Germans
who's-
are pretty loud
True,
too.
but us Brits, we're like,
English are very loud too. I mean,
But
let's
we're-
talk about going to Mallorca, which is
but that's not English.
in
That is
Spain.
different.
I feel like there's everyone from Germany and England is
it's
there,
true.
and they're
We've
very
ruined the
loud.
south of
It's-
Spain.
it's
No, I feel
loud
like everyone
English
is
people
uber
go there.
loud. So I don't know about the Americans being the loudest because I feel like
Oh no, but I feel
the
like
Germans and the English can be
Americans
uber
are
loud.
so loud.
Yeah,
you
in
go
the
to
UK,
a
you can be on
restaurant,
the
they're
street and people are like,
screaming.
hey, how are you? How's it going? And then in the US, people are like, hey, how's it going? Like, people
No,
are yelling.
no. I've experienced so many Brits being uber loud.
I don't think I've ever had that experience.
Really?
But
I mean,
maybe I'm
you
just
two might be like-
insular.
Oh, yeah, we're just shrinking violet.
We're very quiet and subdued.
No, you two
know.
are speaking very quiet.
Like the Queen never shouted. You'd never see a clip of her shouting.
No, of course
so
not.
naturally, Christian and I have never
Yeah,
shouted.
the Queen's English.
I know there's so much going on where you guys are from. I mean, with this whole like
Crazy. Everything's
royal department, it's like, wow.
the royal department's going through. I feel like every country is just going through it right now. It's
I
so
was kind of,
wild.
again, I'm happy for King Charles to be the king, but I kind of wanted to see the next generation already
Same.
being the king.
I wanted
Yeah.
to
I was
just
kind
skip
of
down
hoping
to
for
William.
Kate and William. I would have loved to have seen them.
I think it also. I think the
But
monarchy.
we probably will see them in our
we
lifetime,
will,
right?
and I reckon my assumption, and I know nothing about the royals, and I love everyone go them, but I think Charles will probably abdicate from the throne before his time's up.
Yes.
And give it to William. For the
Yes.
success of what I'd imagine the monarchy can represent in a modern day era, which is essentially a PR machine for the UK.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really what it does the best. I think Will and Kate can reflect
Yes.
what younger people are more about.
And I love Kate. I want to see more of Kate
I mean, she's so
in
chic.
this ball.
Yeah, the dream.
Yes,
She needs to be in a green at Wimbledon.
So this isn't
Imagine
even made
she would
up.
go and be like this in this ball on the balcony. She
This-
can't wave. That's the only problem.
This isn't even made
One
up.
arm
though.
must come out of the sides.
She could just roll out of the golden carriage.
She needs to wear one that's green
carriage
to
could
Wimbledon.
also be
She needs
This
to
fluffed
go
up
to
a little
actually
bit.
has, by the way. We do pink fluffy dog sweaters. They're really cute. They're like really fluffy. And we sent one to the king and queen consort. And we
No.
got a letter back saying thank
Really?
you so much for it. We love it.
That is so nice.
Isn't that fabulous?
It was
Yes.
So
was
somewhere
awesome. It
in
was
one of the
also-
palaces,
it was
there's a dog
so
running
good.
around in a pink fluffy sweater.
And I need that dog on the balcony in that sweater.
Same,
That's
being
what I
held
would
up like Lion King.
They have those long dogs, no? They look like sausage dogs, but they're not.
A corgi.
Yeah,
A
they look
corgi.
like a sausage dog, but they're not. Like
I
they're kind
love
of
a
long.
corgi. They're units. They're like, oof.
Yeah.
Tanks.
My favourite visual was when the Queen would get off her jet and there was just a fleet of corgis trotting down the steps. I was
Amazing.
like, those corgis are living better than I'll ever live in my life.
They're doing the thing.
But yeah, the dog sweated. We need to send them more now.
Hundreds.
But yeah, we need to send you some dogs. Do you have a dog?
2, yeah.
We'll send you some.
What dog do you have? Dogs.
They are German short hair pointers.
I don't even know what that looks like. German pointer.
Yeah, what?
Google
Should I Google
it.
it? I'm going to Google
Just
it. German pointer.
Yeah, German short hair pointer.
Did you like them because you're from Germany, or it was just you love the dog, or is
Well,
this just
because
like
my husband had one of those, and he had
Cute.
just passed. He was 14 years old. Kappa was his name,
God.
and yeah,
Oh, so
exactly.
cute.
Oh, I love
For the
them.
ladies
So
and
then,
gentlemen.
when my husband was away, I surprised him with 2 of those, and he came back, and he's like, and I said, "Oh, and here is your birthday present." And then they walked down the stairs, and he was like, not amused
Was
at
he
all.
not?
He was not. He was not really jonesing to have puppies, and 2 of them, and they're very
Was it more of a gift for yourself?
both. No, because I know he loves this breed so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I figured, because he was like, I'm not over the death of my
I see.
beloved,
I mean, it is
beloved
the
dog.
most
But,
devastating
the best
thing.
way to get
but
over
you will
it is to
never
get a
get over
puppy.
it, to be honest
True.
with you. You will never get
mean-
over your best friend that you've had for 14 years that
It's
you
true.
love so much.
Yeah.
You will just never get over it.
It
So I
took
was,
me like 3 years to get over my dog dying. It was like the worst thing that ever happened to me. It was
but
the
you're
worst.
never really over it,
I
know?
know. We're going to get 2 dogs soon. I'm so excited. We're going to get Pekinese.
I don't
Well,
even know.
they
Oh,
look-
they have a
they look
squish
like a
nose.
wig.
They have a squish.
They're like long
yes,
hair.
Yes,
They're
yes,
hilarious,
With a,
like mops.
with a,
It's gonna be
Are you
amazing.
going to restyle this hair?
Obviously, I'm going to be like combing them, and like I want them to have like hair sculptures.
Yes.
Yeah, they need to be doing the.
Yeah, I
The
need
thing
Chris
every day.
Appleton to fly out to give them my GHD straightened hair.
Yes.
Needs to happen.
I love that.
No, but that's why, and he was first not amused, but obviously now he loves them to pieces. They only just turned 1.
Oh, cute.
They
Little
were in
babies.
a litter. There were 5 of them. I took all my kids, and then my kids picked those 2 that we have, a boy and a girl, brother and sister, because I always thought it's nice for them to stay together.
I agree.
So because when you're busy all day, they can play with each other all day. They love
True.
each other, so they always have each other.
Oh, you know what? Here's a last question for you. What would be your dream pet? But don't feel confined by like traditional pets. Like, what would be your dream animal?
Oh, dragon.
Yes, Heidi. Dragon.
I mean, imagine you had one of those dragons that would just like pull up, you hop on, and then you just like.
What size are we talking here? Like, it fits in this room, or it's like huge?
What is the movie again where everyone is blue?
Avatar.
Yes,
Great film.
I love
that film so
Avatar.
much.
I love Avatar, and I love those types of dragons.
Oh, those are.
Those are awesome. They're like quite mobile.
Yeah, they're quite mobile. That's a
Yeah,
very good
they are.
description.
You have a
could
good saddle on there.
Yeah, exactly. You can do some good swoops and
Yeah.
turns. They're also very fierce looking. They're very cute.
I love
like the
them.
very fancy dragon that he gets. Because there's the normal dragons.
Yeah, and then
he
you-
gets this
You plug your ponytail in, and then off you go.
the one with the little red thing up. There was the more sleigh one. But
Yes.
yeah, you plug your ponytail in.
That would be my pet.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be amazing to have one of those?
I'm voting for this to happen one day. We need some genetic stuff to happen.
I actually had to think in my brain.
What would you want?
Well, I was thinking, are dragons real? Genuinely, that my mind just went through that, being like, oh wow, can you get
they
one? And
ever
I
were
realized you
real?
can't actually get
I
one. Yeah,
think
they weren't.
100%.
Oh, you think they were?
Well, so I've got a fun
Evolution.
fact about this. That they think that the first like depictions of dragons came in like ancient China, and they lived in the water. And so them being flying in the sky was a mistranslation from images of them going past waves. Then they thought they were clouds, and so they moved them into the sky. But originally they were meant to be swimming things, and they're based on skeletons of dinosaurs that they found. So like ancient Chinese culture saw those skeletons and thought they were dragons. Yeah, fun fact for the day.
Who knew?
But your dream
But it would
animal,
be-
I think you should have like an Arctic fox.
Or a cashmere
Like you-
goat that
and
I
you
could
purple
brush
shampoo
it every day
every
and it
other
becomes a
day.
sweater. Just naturally, a sweater appears every morning. I'd
Vicuña
love
wool,
that.
whatever creates vicuña wool, the
Yeah, I'd
fancy
love
one.
that.
That's what you'd need.
Or I'd be down for, I quite like a hippopotamus. I think that's a great animal, but like a friendly one. I don't want to get eaten by it, but it feels
Have
like
you
a
ever
cute
been
one.
on a safari? Or have you ever
I
done it?
haven't.
No,
I
me
want
neither. I'm
to.
going to do a honeymoon on safari. Feels
Yeah.
like the appropriate thing.
I went with my first husband. Actually, also with my second husband. Anywho, went to Africa.
Get it? We love safari.
And I mean, the hippos, they're dangerous.
Because
Yeah.
they're quite fast, even though they're quite big. Is that right?
Well, it depends on I think there was something, if you come between them and the water, you need to have the path to the water free for them to go. If you're in between the water and where they are, I think then it's a big problem.
I would just need to do that cute thing where you put the watermelon in the hippo's mouth and it crushes it. So that magic trick that they do.
There's
ever
not a
seen the
lot of
videos?
watermelons around
It's
there.
such a cute thing though. Everyone YouTube videos of hippos eating
Oh, yeah?
watermelons. It's so fun. They're like, it's great. My dream pet, which is very possible, is I would love a bullfrog.
What?
A bullfrog. And
What is
there's
a
these frogs that
bullfrog?
scream at people. Hilarious.
You want it as like a guard dog, but it's a frog?
Just as a sidekick.
Why didn't you have one
Because
here for
imagine
me
if I turned up
today?
today and I went, boom,
Yes.
bullfrog screaming.
How big
I
are
don't
they?
even know what sound they make.
It's like it's like yeah, like every time someone comes up to it.
And do we know why it makes that sound?
I think it's just
No.
pretty pissed off all the time.
They must
Which
be
I
communicating.
I like silly animals.
But what noise does a hippo make if they're screaming? Is that just like a roar? Or is that like a... They're aquatic, so
I
it must
love
be like a
nothing
quack.
changes in nursery. We're like, what sound does a cow make? And now, just as adults, we're like, what sound does a hippo make?
I don't know. But they were grazing around where I was staying in this tent, and it was like frightening.
They're terrifying.
Yeah,
to me.
it's
I would never
terrifying.
treat a hippo.
Like ripping all that grass out of the ground, and then you hear hyenas in the background. It's scary. It's scary, but I love it at the same time.
I kind of like the energy of a hippo that knows that you can't get in its
Do you
way
relate to
between the
it in
water.
its size and stature?
And that you can't get between me and a bottle of champagne or I'll eat you. It's very that. You know?
Very nice.
Yeah. We love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd like a hippo, a friendly one.
that feels like a very suitable note to wrap up on.
No.
But we just wanted to say, like,
I need to hydrate more.
oh wait, okay. So final hydration.
Final hydration.
Well, clearly this isn't going to be the final hydration, but yeah, look, a steeper angle's being done here. I got better as the
You
podcast
got better.
went on,
Yeah, you
right?
did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Skills. That can be.
But
Next talent show, that's what you're bringing to it. The ability to feed champagne.
I
to,
can make a bottle of champagne disappear. That's my magic trick. But no, I just want to say thank you for taking a chance on two stupid fashion gays who don't know how to do a podcast.
Thanks
We
for
love
having
it.
me.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for
and getting
having
into
me.
this look.
Ciao
Yeah.
for now.
Bye.
And thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.